grade 12, so welcome back to it. It's Maths Masterclass with Leo. Today we are doing DBE 2022 November question paper. Our focus area is on algebra, which is question 1. We are trying to show you ways in which you can score all the 25 marks and eliminate all the errors, right? So in this case, we're going through question papers. We showed you an introduction on how to go about eliminating errors when it comes to algebra. So today let's solve these questions. Let's get to it. So question 1.1.1, we're given in bracket 3x minus 6 into x plus 2. This is equals to 0, right? So with this, they already factorized it for you. There's no need for you to factorize. Even the mark allocation, it tells you, you just need to get the values of x. You just need to give the person who's going to be marking the values of x, because that's what is going to mark the final answers, right? So in this case, you'll just say 3x minus 6 is equals to 0, or x plus 2 is equals to 0, right? Then I can now take this 6 to the other side, which will be positive now. This 3x is equals to 6, which is positive. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Then if I divide by 3, my x will be equals to 2. And then this side, I'll just take this positive 2 to the other side. It will change the sign and it becomes a negative 2, right? So that's how you could have solved that question. Then scored yourself 2 marks. The next question, which is 1.1.2, it is given as 2x squared minus 6x plus 1. This is equals to 0. So this is a good sign. Once you see that your equation is equals to 0, that is a good sign, right? That is a good sign, because you're just going to say this is A, this is B, and that is C. From there, you use your quadratic equation, okay? B squared minus 4ac divide by 2a. Someone might ask, why do we choose to use quadratic equation? This will always be your hint. This will always be your hint, right? Correct 2 decimal places. Once they say correct to 2 decimal places, or leave your answer in a set form. If they say leave your answer in a set form in this question, or correct to 2 decimal places, you know you've got to use a quadratic equation. So this is our quadratic equation. X is equals to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Then we substitute the values of a, b, and c. So minus into, in this case, the value of b is negative. I'm going to say minus 6 plus minus the square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 into the value of a is 2, the value of c is 1. Then divide this by 2 into 2. Then this will give me x is equals to positive 6 plus minus the square root of, this will be 36 minus 8 divided by 4, right? And then x is equals to, in this case, 6 plus square root of, if I say 36 minus 8, this will give me 28 over 4, or x is equals to 6 minus square root 28 over 4. And then x will be equals to, in this case, if I punch my calculator, let me see. Okay, this one gives me 2,82. If I punch my calculator, this is 2,82. And then this, let me see, this gives me 0,18 on my calculator. You can just punch it on your calculator and check, right? Let's go to the next question, which is 1.1.3. 1.1.3. It's given as x squared minus 90. They are saying this is greater than x. So this is not a good sign. Means I must take this to the other side, so that my equation is greater than 0. So this will be x squared minus x minus 90. This is greater than 0. And then from this, I can now use CV, critical values. Then this will be x squared minus x minus 90. This CV, it allows me to change this into equal sign, right? Now I have x squared minus x minus 90 is equals to 0. Then I can now factorize this x, and this is equals to 0. Then I'll have a 10 and 9. So in this case, my 10 will be negative, my 9 will be positive. And then x minus 10 is equals to 0, or x plus 9 is equals to 0, where x is equals to 10 and x is equals to minus 9, right? Then I've answered that question. Now, when it comes to inequalities, you've got to draw a number line. There's a mark for a number line, right? So if you don't draw a number line, you'll just score 3 marks here. Then you just have to get a mark for number line. Let's see. Let me see. Let me try to draw a perfect straight line, even though it's not going to be perfect, but let me try. Okay. Then from this, let's see what's happening. Okay, let me just do that and do that. Okay, from this now, I can now do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'll start it in minus 12, minus 9, minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Continues like that, going that side, even that side, right? So after doing this, I'm gonna check. Okay, if I check this, remember what we said in our introduction video. We said go check our introduction videos. We talked about the rules that we need to follow when you are dealing with algebra. So in this case, we said whenever you are dealing with inequalities, once you get the value of x, the bigger x value obtains the original inequality sign, which will be x is greater than 10, right? Meaning it will be somewhere in between there. So this will be my point, right? And again, the smaller value obtains the opposite inequality sign, which means will be x is less than minus 9. So in this case, I have minus 9 somewhere here. This will be going that side, and that will be going that side. This is where my x exists, and this is where my x exists. Now, because this is a parabola, I can just draw a quick parabola like that. My parabola, something like that. Right? Something like that. I know my parabola is not in perfect shape, but something like that. So there's one mark for this. If you don't draw it, you're not gonna get that mark. So try to obtain maximum marks possible, right? Now let's try to do the last question, which is given as 1.1.4. This is x minus 7 square root x. This is minus 12, right? Then take this to the other side. Why? Because x is not part of our square root, right? It's not part of our square root. It's not inside our square root. So we take it to the other side. Anything that is not part or inside our square root, we take it to the other side. So this will be negative 7 square root x. This is equals to negative 12 minus x, right? And then I can now remove the square root by introducing the squares. Square this side and square that side. Then this will give me 49. X is equals to, if I say 12 times 12, I'm going to get 144, right? And then this will be positive 12x plus 12x, sorry, due to space, plus x squared. Let me try to squeeze it that side. This will be x squared. Let me do that. Sorry for that. This will be x squared plus 24x minus 49x plus 144. This is equals to 0, right? Then this will be x squared minus 25x plus 144. This is equals to 0. I can factorize this. Then we should be x minus is it 16? And x is minus 9. This is equals to 0. X minus 16 is equals to 0, or x minus 9 is equals to 0, where now x is equals to 16 and x is equals to 9. Right? You can prove it. You can prove these solutions if they give you minus 12. Right? So one of the most important things when it comes to this, it is proving. You need to prove your answer. When it comes to sets, I'm talking about the square roots, the ones that have radical signs, that are the ones that have square roots and cube roots. Do not make a mistake and not prove that, because in most cases one of the solutions might not be correct, but in this case both the solutions are correct. Right? Let's go to the next question, which is 1.2, your simultaneous equation. Okay, simultaneous equation. Okay, 1.2, we're given 1.2 as 2x minus y. This is equals to 0, right? And then, oh, not 0 but 2. I like 0 very much. This is 2, so that's perfect. Now, we're also given x, y is equals to 4, meaning this is my first equation, this is my second equation, right? And then, now, we said each and every time when you have a simultaneous equation, look for a variable with a coefficient -1 or 1, right? That's what we said. So in this case, the variable with a coefficient 1 or -1 is y. So this will be 2x minus y is equals to 2. Then -y is equals to 2 minus 2x. I'm removing that negative from my y, making y the subject of the formula. Y will be a -2 plus 2x. Then I can change it to y is equals to 2x minus 2. This is equals to 0. Right? That is equal. Why do I have equals to 0? 0 must just 0. Get out of my tongue. Okay, now this is my equation 3. Sorry about that. 0 must just leave my tongue. Okay, now I'm going to substitute equation 3 in equation 2, right? And then this will be x into, where there's y, substitute 2x minus 2, 2x minus 2, right? And then this is equals to 4. Now, I'm going to expand this. This will be x, 2x squared minus 2x is equals to 4. And then 2x squared minus 2x minus 4 is equals to 0. Now that is 0, please. And then divide by 2, divide by 2. I'm going to have x squared minus x minus 2. This is equals to 0. And then I now factorize x, 2, 1. Then minus 2 plus 1. This is equals to 0. If I'm not mistaken. Yes. And then x minus 2 is equals to 0. Or x plus 1 is equals to 0. Then x is equals to 2, while x is equals to -1. Then substitute value of x in equation 3. Substitute the values of x in equation 3. Then this will give me y is equals to 2 into -1 minus 2. This gives me what? This gives me minus 4. Then in terms of coordinates, I can say this will be -1 is to -4. Lastly, I'll have y is equals to 2 into 2 minus 2. This will give me y is equals to 2. Then in terms of coordinates, it will be 2 and 2. Right? That is it. That is it for simultaneous equation. You can prove your solutions. Don't forget to prove. Always prove your solutions, guys. Okay, let's go to 1.3. 1.3, right? So they want us to show that 2x squared, 2 multiplied by 5 to the power n, right, minus 5 to the power n plus 1 plus 5 to the power n plus 2. They want us to prove or to show that whenever we simplify this, any number that we will substitute on n will give us even numbers, right? So simplifying this, I'm going to have 2 multiplied by 5 to the power n minus 5 to the power n multiplied by 5 to the power 1 plus 5 to the power n, and then multiplied by 5 to the power 2, right? This will give me, if you look at this, I have like terms or common factors, which is 5 to the power n, which is, now when I take it out, I'm going to have 2 multiplied by 1 minus 1 multiplied by 5 to the power 1 plus 1 multiplied by 5 to the power 2. This will give me 5 to the power n into 2 minus, this will be 5 plus 25. Then when I punch my calculator, this is like 25 minus 5, which is 20, then plus 2 is 22. This will be 5 to the power n into 22, right? So whenever you substitute any number that you will substitute here, as long as that number is positive, therefore this will be even. You can start with 0. If you say 0, this will give you 22. 22 is an even number. Substitute 1, it will give you what? Let's see. Let's prove that. Any number that you substitute will always give you a positive, as long as, it will always give you an even number, as long as that number is positive. Let's start with 0. 5 to the power 0 into 22. I'm getting 22. 22 is even. Substitute 1 there. I'm getting 110. 110 is even. Substitute 2 there. I'm getting 550. 550 is even. Substitute 3. 3. I'm getting 2,750, which is even. Let's substitute 7. I'm getting this number. That number is even. Is it 1,718,750? That number is even, right? So any number that you substitute, as long as that number is positive, you'll get an even number. Let's do our last question, which is given as 3y plus 1 divided by 32. This is equals to square root of 96x, right? They want you to do what? Solve for x and y. So in this case, I want to remove this square root. I'm going to introduce squares. Square this, square that, right? And then I'll write this as 3y plus 1 over 2 to the power 5 squared. What am I doing? I'm changing it to exponents. This is equals to 96 to the power x, right? And then now this 96 can also be changed. This is 2y plus 2 over 2 to the power 10. This is equals to 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 3 to the power 1 in bracket x. Right? Then let's do it. Let's check it. If I say 96 is equals to, then shift facts. 2 to the power 5, 3 to the power 1. Then x, right? And then now I can do this. I can say 3 to the power 2y plus 2. Take this to negative exponents, which will be 2 to the power negative 10. This is equals to 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 2 to the power 5x. If I expand it due to the laws of exponents, then 3 to the power x. Then the ones that have base 2, I'm going to separate from the ones that have base 3. So this will be 2 to the power minus 10 is equal to 2 to the power 5x. Then bases are the same, leave them out, deal with exponents. This will be negative 10 is equal to 5x. Then divide by 5, divide by 5. this and that, they cancel. X is equals to negative 2, right? Now that I've dealt with the ones with base 2, I need to deal with the ones with base 3. Then this will be 3 to the power 2y plus 2 is equals to 3 to the power x. Now that I know what is the value of x, I substitute 3 to the power 2y plus 2 is equals to 3 to the power negative 2. And then bases are the same, deal with exponents. 2y plus 2 is equals to negative 2. And then this 2 to the other side, I have 2y is equals to negative 2, negative 2. Then 2y is equals to negative 4. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Therefore, the value of y is equals to negative 2, right? That is it from us. We've solved 2022 November question paper. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the content with your friends. See you in the next video. Danko means thank you. Danko!